What's that? Yeah. Good evening. Welcome to the Danvers Conservation Commission meeting, September 25th, 2025. As a commission, we operate under the Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, the Wetlands Protection Act, and Chapter 26 of the Town of Danvers General Bylaws, the Wetlands Protection Bylaw.
So, use case real quick, I'll replace the one in front of you. Sorry about that, I didn't realize it was going to be set correctly.
So we're going to start over? Presents his or her request, and the board has had time to ask questions and discuss the project. We will accept questions from the audience. Because this is a public meeting, it's required by law that you give your name and your address before you speak. Although we may disagree on the issues raised, all persons present during this meeting are expected to be civil to all other meeting attendees. This includes members of the commission, staff, abutters, concerned citizens, property owners, and project applicants. We also request that you confine your questions to the project and only as it pertains to the Wetlands Act. We cannot handle, nor do we have jurisdiction over matters such as noise or traffic. All problems not related to the Wetlands Protection Act and the Town of Danvers Wetlands Protection Bylaw must be taken up with other appropriate boards. Our first order of business will be the introduction of members of the board. I'm Peter Wilson. To my left is Michael Splain, Mary Hates to my far right, and Lorraine Drapeck is to my near right. First order of business would be a request for a certificate of compliance for 35 Doty Ave, DEP file number 14-0883. The applicant is Edward Doherty.
Good evening, Bob Griffin on behalf of Mr. and Mrs. Doherty. When we were here a couple of weeks ago, the commission asked that I check with Mr. and Mrs. Doherty to see if they would be willing to remove the sport court as part of bringing the site into the compliance. And I did go back to them, and they said they would be willing to do that. They just wanted you to know that they can't do the work until next year. So I know that we can't expect to get the certificate of compliance until everything's done, but just given the time of year and the workforce that's available to Mr. Doherty, he doesn't think he'll get the work done until next summer.
How involved is the work?
Well, obviously you got to remove that structure and then reestablish, grass in that area, and he just is unable to do it this fall.
Okay, well, it's good to hear that he's
Yeah.
willing to do that. I think, Bob, at our last meeting, we talked about an enforcement order. Is that what we called it?
Yes, yeah, about an enforcement order that would authorize them to do whatever work was agreed upon between the commission and the applicant.
All right, and I think Emily's task was, between meetings, was to go talk to powers that be in the Danvers hierarchy.
Yes.
And they kind of more or less said that that was the way to proceed. So, could you expand on that a little bit, Emily, possibly?
Absolutely. So as opposed to submitting an after-the-fact filing for the work, an enforcement order would authorize the property owner to do this work before the certificate of compliance can be issued, as opposed to a whole new filing. It's a direct order to do this work in order to get what they need. And it gets filed with the state, too.
Okay.
So, can I ask?
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so, Emily, we wouldn't be able to issue a certificate of compliance until the enforcement order is satisfied?
Correct.
Correct.
And that was with your...
Yeah, no, I think that's fine. I just would ask that you send a draft of the enforcement order so that we can look at the language before we get it finalized and recorded or, put into the city record or the town records.
Of course.
So that's fine. Great.
Okay, good. So how do we proceed now? Do we just continue the public hearing, or
We can continue it. I would ask that we just confirm it was the wall as well as, the sports court, as well as, it looks like there was some shrubbery work and a pollinator garden. Were those the three things that were agreed upon to be completed, so I can make sure that that's documented?
Yep.
Okay.
So that certificate of compliance won't be heard now until sometime next summer?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, it wouldn't be till next summer, but I can get, if you would like, I can get the draft written up now and get that over to you to review, and then if he does want to start any work on the pollinator garden or the shrubbery, that can get started as soon as the enforcement order is agreed upon, and then we can do the COC and all that next summer or fall,
Great.
whenever that time
Okay,
comes.
it sounds like a good resolution.
and
And
does
if he
that...
gets it done earlier, he can come back,
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Does this enforcement order reside with the current owners, or if the property is sold, would it transfer to
It goes
the
with the
new
property.
owners? It would
It goes with the property.
Runs with the
transfer with the
property.
property. Okay. All right, so that, but that's, any kind of sales, that's got to be disclosed, I would think. Okay, so this is I'm sorry, we're going to close the public hearing after I've asked for any public
Oh,
comment?
yeah, no, it's, you can ask for public comment if you would like. I think, I don't really know when we would
We don't have
continue
to,
this
because
to.
this is certificate of compliance. We
Yeah,
don't-
a certificate of compliance.
Yeah, I mean, we can check in with Bob in a few months and see if there's any progress on anything, but it would be kind of silly to keep coming back every week
Yeah.
or every 2 weeks when we're not going to be seeing a final product until
Well,
next summer.
as staff, you can keep us up,
Yes, oh, of
keep us
course, yeah.
abreast, and
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
how about if
see you next summer.
I'll put a note in my file to give you an update in April, approximately April 1st, and then we'll go from there.
Perfect, that sounds
Okay.
great. Is that okay with you guys?
All right, yeah, on the enforcement order, there's no deadline on that? It's just,
Nope.
it's open-ended on the,
Yeah, I mean, we can work in that language as I send the draft over to Bob to make sure we can get that all squared away.
thank you.
Sure.
Okay, so someone can make a motion, then we're going to issue an enforcement order, and we can just use the texts Emily gave us in the memo.
I'll make a motion. Make a motion to issue an enforcement order for 35 Doty Avenue, DEP number 14-0883, requiring the agreed-upon work be conducted.
And the three items are the pollinator garden,
Pollinator garden,
the shrubs, and the removal of
okay, the shrubs and the
Is there
removal.
any structure on the patio?
the patio.
No. Okay.
Okay, so the motion's been made to issue an enforcement order. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
thank
now
you very
this-
much.
Emily, excuse me, Bob.
Yes.
Just, on your notes here, it says a motion to continue the hearing. but
Yeah, just
we
because
don't
we're
need to
not
do-
closing the certificate of
Yeah.
compliance filing, so you can continue it until, you just say April of 2026, and that'll give us plenty of time until they come back.
We need to vote on that?
It would help just to have some finality on it
Yes,
until then.
I'll make a motion to continue the public hearing, but are we continuing to a date certain or no?
We don't have the finalized dates for 2026 quite yet, so we can just say April of 2026, and
April?
that'll be
All right,
fine, yeah.
To a date to be determined in April of 2026.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you very
Okay,
much.
thanks, Bob. We'll look forward to seeing you then. Next up is a notice of intent for 46 Riverside Street, DEP file number 14-1440. The applicants are Adam Wood and Genevieve Fiorente. The applicants have requested to continue to the hearing until our next meeting, which will be on October 9th, 2025. Is there any comment on that, Emily, or we just want to?
They have gone ahead and hired an attorney, which is the reason for the continuation, so we've been in touch with town council, so they're working together, town council and their attorney, which is the reason for the continuation.
Okay, so if someone can make a motion to continue to October 9th, we will do.
I make a motion to continue the hearing for 46 Riverside Drive, DEP file number 14-1440 to October 9th, 2025.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next up is a request for certificate of compliance for 30 Water Street, DEP file number 14-1420. The applicant is 30 Water Street Trust, and the trustee would be Anthony Cerullo. And Bill Nichols, I see, is here to represent.
Right. I'm Bill Manuel, Wetlands and Land Management. This is the first matter is very simple. And last year, the commission issued an order of conditions to do a small addition at the restaurant. Project has been redirected, and they will no longer do that addition. It has been recorded at the Registry of Deeds, so we need a certificate of compliance to record that against the original order. No work has been started, and so we're just asking you to close the project out.
That's it? And Emily, someo's been to
Yep,
see the site?
The work isn't there.
Okay, good. Are there any questions? Mike, anything, questions?
No.
Lorraine? Mary?
No, I'm good.
Oh, good. It's easy. Okay, someone make a motion, we'll issue this.
I'll make a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 30 Water Street, DEP number 14-1420.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next up is a request for determination of applicability for 30 Water Street, RDA file number 2025-04. The applicant is 30 Water Street Nominee Trust, and Anthony Cerullo is the trustee. And once again, Bill Manuel is here.
Yes, Bill Manuel from Wetlands and Land Management. And so, again, this is a fairly simple project. We're looking for a negative determination to install a new gas service from the street into the existing kitchen. This is the work that has not been done. You just closed it out. The project has been redirected to a renovation of the kitchen. It requires upgrade of the existing gas service to the property. This would involve cutting a trench through the existing pavement and then excavating 3 to 5 feet down. Anything that's excavated out is going to be directly live loaded onto a truck, and the gas service will be installed. They'll be backfilled with sand, and the pavement will be patched. That's the extent of the project. Probably should take a half a day, a day's work, a day's work. So the project, there is seawall bank here, but it's outside of the buffer zone to the bank. There is flood zone mapped on the property. But this gas service is not in the flood zone, according to the way according to the FEMA map. The entire property is in riverfront area, but this activity falls under the riverfront area exemptions, really in two areas. One, it's a parking lot that was created prior to 1996, so work on parking lots is exempt. And secondly, it's a utility that was in place prior to 1996. So they're just upgrading that utility that's been there. So nevertheless, conditions don't change. It's pavement now. They're going to cut a trench, install a pipe, and then it'll be pavement when it's done. So we're seeking a negative determination.
So, my understanding, Bill, this is outside of our jurisdictional boundaries?
Well, I'm not sure the town provides, the town bylaw doesn't provide the same exemptions from riverfront area as the Wetlands Protection Act. So even though we have a state exemption, we still need action under the town. But it's just as easy to make sure we get a negative determination under the act and the bylaw.
And the swirly line around the work area,
That's just to draw your eye to this area of the plan.
is there any erosion control to be set up?
Good question. I do show a line of, a straw wattle that can be deployed during the excavation work.
And the restaurant's closed now, right? So there's no traffic going in now. All right, that's questions I have. Mike?
Yeah, just a few. So, Bill, can you just show me that the line's going to be coming in off Water Street?
That's right.
So, will there be work done in the street, and if so, I mean, how does that work? Is there like someone from the gas company has to be there when you open up, do you have to open up the street?
Well, go ahead, Bill.
Bill, yeah, hi, Bill.
All the work excavating is going to be in the sidewalk through the parking lot. It's
Bill,
really,
could you just
the
get
gas company's
closer to the microphone?
Gas company's going to be doing all the work. We're just here for formality to
Right.
give them the certificate, so then they're going to follow through with their environmental group too.
I suspect you're the one who's doing the kitchen over and determined that it's necessary to
Yeah,
increase the gas.
I'm the one with
so
the headache. Yep.
I see it as necessary work, yeah.
Yeah, right now it's sort of undersized to what we're going to be putting into
Okay.
the building, so.
Good. Thank you, that's all I had.
Okay.
Lorraine, any questions? No? Mary?
No, I'm good.
Is there any questions or comments from the public? None? Okay. And this seems like a no-brainer. Let's say go ahead and get your work done. So, If someone can make a motion, we'll
I'll make a motion that we issue a negative determination of applicability for 30 Water Street, DCC file number 2025-04, with the usual conditions, and that any environmental, as you said, the wattles be used to protect the waterway. That's it.
I second the motion.
uh,
Oh, sorry, you gotta
no,
say
I
it.
just had a brain.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about
Is
that.
that a public hearing we were supposed to close?
Determinations aren't necessarily
in-
public
no.
hearings, so it's up to you.
All right, so we don't. Okay, so the second's been made. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Are you
Like I
closed?
said-
Are you closed now? Yeah?
Yeah, so you have to get reopened, that's why we explained.
Yeah.
Need the gas.
Yeah.
All right, so next up is a notice of intent for 11, 15, 49, and 55 Newbury
Take
Street.
care. Bye.
Hey, Tony.
Bye, Tony.
DEP file number 14-1444. The applicant is Costco Wholesale, and are they presenting online, Emily, or is it?
I do not have anyone waiting online. Email correspondence up until 3:30 this afternoon, they were going to be here. Yeah.
So we know what they're doing there. They're tearing down, thank God it's Fridays, they're tearing down the hardcover.
Yeah, but they also want to add on to the existing building, and that's what this is about. So this is-
Yeah. Are they increasing
Let me, I'll
costs
just,
too? Yeah.
I'll take a quick walk through and see if they're in a different room in the senior center. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Yeah.
But yeah, up until
Uh,
a few hours ago, they were good to go.
This is the one we went out and looked at the wetland.
The
There was
wetlands
an
out
order of
behind,
conditions,
right?
yeah.
They hadn't maintained it.
Yeah.
I think it's part of
And it
it.
hadn't been maintained.
Okay,
yeah.
they were in the hallway. They're coming in.
I think we let them slide on that a little, too.
Sorry, the first I just went through very quickly.
Because the guy said they had plenty of-
So just get the plan queued up for you.
Rework the infrastructure.
yeah.
Can you just let us know who you are? And
Sure. For the record, my name is Joseph Orzel. I'm a wetland scientist with Lucas Environmental. Also here tonight is April Ferrero, who is a professional
Could you
engineer.
speak up a little bit, please?
Is this on or not? Or-
Thanks.
April Ferrero, who is a professional engineer, with R.J. O'Connell, who they did the engineering for the project. The property we're looking at is the Costco warehouse building located at Newbury Street. The parcels of land that are involved are 11, 15, and 49 to 55 Newbury Street. That includes the large parcel where the Costco building is located, the former TGI Fridays location here, and the location of the former Hardscape restaurant, which was in this area here. As you're probably aware, a notice of intent was submitted last year for work on a portion of this property, and that was for a fueling station on the former TGI Fridays property, and that is outlined in red on the figure on the board. No aspect of that project is being changed. It is still proposed as it was approved by the Conservation Commission last year. The new project ties in with that project, but does not change it in any way. The resource areas that are present on the property include riverfront area, land under water bodies and waterways, bordering vegetated wetland, and inland bank. Most of these areas were previously approved under the previous filing. The wetlands are located along Crane River. Riverfront area extends here and here. A portion of the property was not previously delineated, and that's the area to the bottom of the plan showing on this figure, located between the Costco property and I-95. That was delineated earlier this year in June, and it consists of inland bank and fringes of bordering vegetated wetland. Those were flagged with flags labeled E1 through E44, and they extend a buffer zone onto the property, 100-foot buffer zone, as well as the local 35 and 50-foot notice to urban no-build zones.
Excuse me for 1 second?
Yep,
The green dashed line, that's the border of the wetlands,
it is, correct.
and the red dashed line is the,
Red is 35, orange is 50, yellow is 100.
I only see the red, I don't even see an orange or,
I see the orange down below. Is that down below?
Orange here.
oh, right,
Yeah.
okay, and the yellow is the,
Yellow is above it, here, greenish yellow.
okay. All right, nice, thank you.
If you switch to the the next slide. That identifies the parcels. The work that is being proposed is essentially entirely within developed riverfront area, or any of the work within the resource area is developed and essentially completely degraded by impervious surfaces. What is being proposed at this time is parking lot expansion. And if you can go to the third page. Parking lot expansion on the lot that was formerly hardcover restaurant. That work is entirely outside of any resource area or any buffer zone. There is construction of additions onto the existing warehouse building, and one on the north end and one on the south end. These are approximately 12,300 square feet on the south end and 20,000 square feet on the north end. These are partially within the 100-foot buffer zone, as you can see on this slide. And if you go to the next slide, it shows the opposite side of the building. And the shaded area is the proposed expansion of the building. And you can see the buffer zones at the bottom of the plan. All of that work on the additions is within previously developed, previously degraded areas, and in fact, the previously paved areas. Existing conditions is paved. Other work involves the reconfiguration of the parking lots. Some of that is again within the buffer zone and the 20 or 35 and 50-foot setbacks, as can be seen on this plan. The limit of work is this pink line, and the some of the work is within the setbacks, but that only involves repaving of existing parking lot area. There's no expansion within those areas. The stormwater system is being upgraded with a larger pipe, and that work will connect to the existing outlet at the same existing elevation as the current outlet. This is a stormwater basin here, discharging to a stormwater basin. that new work within the stormwater basin, or new disturbance within the stormwater basin, is about 190 square feet. That does not get added to the totals for disturbance within a riverfront area, because it is a stormwater management structure. Overall, with regard to regulatory compliance, the project meets redevelopment regulations under the Wetlands Protection Act and results in a net reduction of approximately 3,000 square feet of degraded area within the riverfront area. The applicant has submitted an alternatives analysis for the work on the construction of the building additions, describing why alternative locations are not possible. A waiver request has been submitted under the bylaw for construction of a portion of the building within the 50-foot no-build buffer.
Could you just show us on the drawing where the area that you're requesting a waiver is?
Yes, that would be on right here. This portion of the very building addition within the 50-foot no-build, which is currently pavement. And if you go to the plan before, the preceding one, same situation here. This section of the building is within the no-build, and again, on existing pavement.
So the shaded portion of this drawing is new construction?
The shaded portion is the new
To
construction.
the right of it is the existing building?
Correct.
So more or less moving the front of the building out by
It's
whatever.
the sides of the building, correct,
Right.
yeah.
But where's the entrance that you walk in right now?
I'm not aware, you know where that is? Yep.
Yeah. So the main entry right now is in here.
Okay,
This is the tire center right now. So the main entry, and they're actually going to flip that with this development. So the main entry will now be up here. And they'll have the tire center down here. That's what
right.
these little bays
Okay,
are.
but it is that wall that's kind of moving out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And on the other side, it's the loading dock area?
Yeah.
Yep, so,
Yes.
On the
on the
opposite
next-
end of the building.
right.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. So right now the loading dock is here. The trucks line up this way, and now they're going to be coming in this way.
All right, so the building is the same thing, you're expanding the building out by a certain number of feet.
On both sides, yeah.
Correct.
What's the reason for that?
Well, part of the reason for the one in the front, I know, was they wanted to actually have the main entry closer to Route 1 and have the parking so that it was more contained in that kind of swath for people to have easier access to get in and out of there. This, I think, is more of a, I don't,
You're just adding more square footage, but for what reason?
Yeah, they, Costco was looking to reconfigure the loading areas for some of the delivery trucks coming in, getting better access here and here rather than here. And they wanted to reconfigure, they needed to reconfigure some of their mechanical spaces inside, is my understanding of what
Okay.
it is for that.
And where is the parking lot going to be in relation to that?
So the parking is, there's going to be some parking here.
Uh-huh.
And if you actually, Emily, if you could actually go to the other sheet,
Right.
just because it's an overview sheet that shows everything. Yeah, so now I'm
There
standing
we
in the
go.
parking
Okay.
area. Sorry. So here's the two building expansions. The new parking, there's parking here. There's existing parking here now. But this is just getting reconfigured a little
Oh, when
bit.
you come in, I used to be a member of Costco, but when you come in, the parking is all towards the top there?
Right, so this is the main entry in from Route 1 here.
Yeah.
And right now it comes in and you can park here, and there's parking here. The gas station, the existing gas station is right
Right.
here. The hardcover building is right here.
And is the gas station getting moved?
Yes.
Yeah.
So last year, when we were
remember,
here, that
yeah.
was what that was for. So they're picking it up from here and they're moving it to this end over here.
And where you're removing the gas station is going to be parking?
Correct. Yeah. So this right here is where the existing gas station is right now. So they're gonna park that.
So was the
whole-
overall scheme was to move the gas station to increase more parking for the Costco?
Correct. Yes, and get that parking closer to the main entry.
Thank you.
Sure.
Emily, are there, the gas station demolition and the hardcover demolition, are they part of this project, or is this project confined to just the building additions?
That is part of this. The, I mean, like they said earlier, the hardcover, that building itself is outside of the jurisdictional resource area that already got site plan approval. So this is primarily approval for the 2 building expansions that are within our jurisdiction. Please correct me if I'm speaking out of line here. And part of the gas station removal or demo and demo of the hardcover is just part of this larger full approval
So
process.
am I right that all the work is being done on existing impervious?
100%.
All
Yes.
of it?
Yep. And the applicants can speak to that as
Didn't
well, too.
I read somewhere that the impervious was going to be decreased
Yeah.
by a
Correct.
certain amount?
Decreasing 3,000 square feet.
Where is that decrease coming from?
That would be,
Yeah, we'd like to know that.
So a lot of it comes from these new islands. So right now, in the back of this area of Costco, this is all pavement. There's no green space back here. So a lot of it comes from there. A lot of it comes from adding wider islands in here.
So when you reduce the impervious, what's taking its place? Is there plantings or something?
Oh, yeah. All these islands are going to be landscaped. And we have a planting plan that was
like
also.
Page 7, I think, might have a landscape plan.
Yeah, included
Was that
as
a
trees and shrubs.
mitigation
and-
consideration for Costco, or is there some business reason for them doing that?
For
the lights.
planting? That's a good question. I don't, I mean, I don't 100% know why they wouldn't plant that area as opposed
All
to.
right, but the net is that they are decreasing the impervious, which is
Correct.
positive.
Yes.
Okay. Last year, Costco was in here in order of conditions to build the gas station. As
Yes.
part of that drainage basin, for lack of a better word,
Yes.
was found to be less than what we expected, and some work was going to be done to alleviate that, to correct that.
Yes.
Has that been done?
Yes. Yeah, the basin that you're referring to is the existing
Right.
basin over here. Yeah, and that was cleaned out. I don't know the date, but it was cleaned out. There was debris in there. I think, Emily, you were on site when we were walking around. There was some debris there. There was some sediment buildup
No,
in
we were on
there.
there, we saw it.
Yeah.
And that was.
Is there
that
a
was
maintenance
cleaned up.
schedule for that?
There should be.
there
There should have been
Yes.
originally, and there is one as part of
Yeah, I think
this
there was
new
one originally.
submittal.
There
If
was
I
never-
remember, when we went out, the area that was under a previous order of conditions had been neglected.
Yes.
And it was a question of whether we were gonna make you go in and clean it all out, or if it would be better to sort of leave it where it was, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So what's become of that? It's,
I think she just said that they had.
you're
Yeah, they-
maintaining it.
They're maintaining it at this point. Yeah.
And about the parking, if you don't mind, Peter, I just want to ask
ahead.
you. With additional parking, are you increasing the drainage?
Yeah, well, we're improving the drainage from what it is. I mean, there's existing drainage out there, as y'all are probably aware. There's catch basins and things like that, and everything kind of runs from globally from the left side to this basin
yeah.
here, right? So with our new layout, we're adding in some additional catch basins and some water quality units. So everything is, all of our new piping and stuff, actually, Emily, if you switch to the other sheet, please. Yeah, so the orange lines here are the new piping, and the purple here, this is all existing. So all of our orange lines, everything that we're putting in is going to run through a CDS unit, which is a water quality unit, before getting back into the existing drain line, which we're going to maintain. And it all runs and discharges into this stormwater basin in different existing flared ends. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 different flared ends in here that exist that take drainage from, different portions of the site. And those are getting maintained. So we're adding additional treatment to what's out there, and we're also adding, we were able to fit a infiltration system up in that area, which we didn't have before. When we came here before, we just had a detention system. But given the new layout, we were able to get some infiltration in there, which will...
Is that because there's an increase in runoff, or is it?
No, there's not an increase in runoff because there's less impervious area.
Yeah.
So there's slightly less. There's also, with that decrease, there's also slightly less there's slightly more infiltration into the ground just because there's more pervious area than impervious area on site. But this was just something that allowed us to provide more just above that. It is also being incorporated into the system to help with the management of that, but it provides additional benefits just on its own. So we are doing all that, and the proposed field facility, which we came here last year for, this is, as Joe mentioned, going to be the same as it was last year. So we have the same basins and oil stop valves and treatment going on in here that we did before any of that stormwater can leave.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, that's it, Mike.
Yes, thank you.
Lorraine, any questions? None? Mary?
I'm good.
What is the timing on this project? And more specifically, is the construction on the existing building going to be done concurrently with the construction, the demolition of the existing gas station, and the demolition of High Covers, and the demolition of Fridays? The reason I ask is there's all kinds of upheaval, excavation and demolition debris and all. I'm just concerned about material getting into the wetlands. So I guess I need to know what your timing is.
What's the order of the work? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm looking if I have it, yeah.
Okay. I don't know 100% the timing. I do know that their priority is to demo the buildings so that they don't have vacant buildings on site. They were also considering just doing the buildings themselves and not doing the work around it yet until we get all our permitting, and then we can start in on everything and phase it together. But at a minimum, I know they do want to do the buildings, but you don't have to rip up the ground for that.
For the demolitions.
For the demolition of just the buildings.
But there still is debris material that can get to the wetlands. So I just want to make sure that is,
Right.
locked up pretty tight.
Yeah, if they did that, then, and they were doing it just isolated, we could definitely have, erosion control around that.
You don't know that at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can find out, though.
So would they be removing as you demolish? Are you removing?
I believe so. There's not really, they wouldn't be able to store it on site and use it for anything, so that would be...
Could you come back to us with a demolition construction schedule and some more definitive outlines of the erosion control?
Yeah, I mean, we do have an overall erosion control plan that shows where we would have, filter bags, and we'll be surrounding the area with filter sock along the edges. And we have a couple of areas lined up to be sediment basins, so we have a couple of those kind of lined up as to where they could go. I do believe...
That was all part of the first...
No, that was all part of this submittal. There's demo and erosion control plans that were part of the package
Right.
that show it for the entire site.
So Emily, am I chasing a ghost, or is this all been highlighted already? It's all...
Yeah, we didn't get the exact timeline on everything, but the erosion controls are all there. The demolition plan is all there. Engineering is in the process of reviewing it. It's already gotten site plan approval from the planning board as well.
So you, as the professional, are comfortable with their
Yeah.
plans?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Is there any questions from the public? Any comments? None from our public representative? Okay, board, does anyone have any reservations, or do we want to let this proceed, or now's your time to speak?
No, I mean, where it's all already impervious, if it wasn't, I'd have more concerns.
Right, it's a net improvement.
But they do say they're going to demolish before they really start the real work. You're gonna remove those two buildings.
That's the intention, yes.
This isn't something where we need someone on site, is it?
Once this gets approval, this will be one of the sites that we go out to probably once a week, maybe every other week, as we're making the rounds for regular site visits, to just pop in, and then we would just ask if there's any concerns or anything comes up as part of the order of conditions, to just please notify us right away too. But it will be part of our regular route too.
All right, are you looking to continue it?
No, I don't see,
No.
I think we've gotten the answers to our questions.
I think so.
All right, so if everybody's good, someone can make a motion?
I think so. I think Bill has his hand up.
Oh, go ahead.
He doesn't have his far to walk.
Yeah, they took a row away from him. Okay, at the end of this.
And I appreciate that.
3 votes.
Bill Bradstreet, Town Meeting Member, Precinct 1. As far as the demolition of the buildings, there's above-ground building and below-ground. I can understand above ground is destroyed, put in a truck and hauled away. What about underground, basement, so to speak? Is that going to allow contaminants to get into the ground and perhaps migrate to the wetland area? Or not?
Well, you mean like, are there fuel tanks down there or something?
Anything. Wastewater, fuel tanks. I don't know. Is there a septic system? Are they tied into the town? Or do they have septic tanks that could be disrupted by the demolition of the building?
I do not know if the building is on septic. I can ask the Board of Health. That's out of my purview. I don't know if it's on septic.
That would be, again, that would only be my concern. I understand what they
April.
want to do, but I would be concerned that this demolition project above ground is one thing. If it includes demolition below ground, what happens with that debris, and is there a possibility of some liquid in the basement migrating someplace where it shouldn't
Well,
be?
that could be a condition.
That would be, that's me. That would be my concern. I'm not in the board.
Mark, in response to your question, Bill, my thought is, aren't the engineering, stormwater studies, and just the engineering approval of this plan?
Yes,
takes that
it
into
includes all of that.
consideration?
Yeah, the stormwater permit engineering, all of that includes reviewing all of this to make sure that everything is done appropriately and there aren't any spills, or that everything is covered. That's part of the process with the engineering.
Thank you.
Sure.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yes.
And did you have an additional comment?
Oh, I was just gonna say that there's,
Go to the
none of
mic,
these properties
if
are
they
on-
go to the mic.
Sorry.
None of these properties are on septic. They're all on sewer.
Great, thank you.
And are there oil tank storage
Well, it's going to be storage for the gas.
Is it gas, everything on gas? Or is it?
There is gas on site. There are gas lines. So those are going to be decommissioned. So I do not believe that there's like propane tanks or anything
No
that get filled.
250-gallon oil tank?
Right, no, I don't believe so. And I believe that one, I don't want to speak too out of turn. I believe one building might have a basement and the other one doesn't. The other one only has a crawl space. But yes, but all the demolition, it would only be on the two buildings, the hardcover and
The existing gas station with its buried tanks, what are they, 2,500 gallon tanks? There's got to be protocols for removing those. I would think.
yes. They are underground and they are very large. And there are very specific protocols to install them and remove them. And I do not know what those are. That's not the kind of engineering I do, but yes, they're very big and they have their own set of
Okay, I mean,
rules that go
it's-
along with them.
As long as all the other boards are doing their part, I mean, from the wetlands, I think we're doing the right things. So I would support this. Lorraine, and other
Yeah.
comments? No?
I like your summary. I thought that was actually, it helped a lot, so thank you.
Thank you.
Mary?
I'm good.
You all set?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to vote on 3 different items. First, we need a motion to close the public hearing.
I make a motion to close the public hearing for 11, 15, and 49 to 55 Newbury Street, DEP number 14-1444.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And next, we need a motion to grant a waiver.
Waivers on both. Is it one waiver for both? Emily?
One waiver to do the work in the 50 as shown on the approved plan.
All right, I'll
And
move.
that's just to work within it, it's not building within it.
Right.
I make a motion that we grant a waiver for, what is this?
Right here, Mike.
Yeah. We got a number, DEP file number 14-1444 to allow work in the 50-foot no-build zone. And that's all, it's just in the 50-foot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. For 11, 15, and 49-55 Newbury Street.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and lastly, we just need a motion to grant an order of conditions.
I'll make a motion to grant an order of conditions for 11, 15, and 49 to 55 Newbury Street, DEP number 14-1444, with additional discussions as discussed.
I second the motion.
Were there any additional, I don't think there were. No?
No, there were none that were discussed.
Well, you'll get notified before the work starts.
Of
Do we
course,
need to make
yep.
that a condition, or
No, that's all part of our stock conditions,
All right.
so, yep.
Okay, so the motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, good to go. Look forward to a new and improved Costco. Okay, so older new business. First item is the minutes from our September 11th meeting. They're rather extensive, so
They sure were.
thanks to whoever transcribes all
That
that.
was me, so you're welcome. Rock star.
Yeah, for sure.
I did them while they were fresh in my head.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Go along.
So if someone can make a motion, we'll accept those minutes unless there's any comment.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes for the September 11th, 2025 Conservation Commission meeting.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there any other news, Emily?
I have a potential new member that's going to be coming in to meet with myself and Brian Zakelli on Tuesday afternoon. So hopefully that will work out. So we'll be meeting with him, and we are keeping the word out too that we have.
What do you know
nothing.
about the member? The proposed member?
He is also on the, it's not the river committee, rail trail committee.
Oh,
Yep.
well, that's good.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the one that got continued, they're hiring a lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah. And this is on the issue on
The length of
the length of the pier. Now, we don't currently have, you were going to check whether we, in other words, do we have to create a bylaw that limits the length, or do we already have the permission to deny for a pier where it looks to go into permanent water?
Right, so we don't have anything that has a set length to it. We do have the pier regulations as part of the bylaw.
But I asked you last time if you could check with council to see if, we're free to say, no, we don't want a pier going into permanent water. Their argument is you allowed it before.
So that's what council is working on right now.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
they are?
Yes, yep,
Yeah.
yeah, I met with council on Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep, so she's very involved in it right
Well, the
now.
harbor master expressed concerns, and we seem to be doing a lot more of these now than ever before.
I was just concerned about what the guidelines are, to know, like, do we have the right to do that or not?
That's, we're
know.
working with town
Yeah,
council to
that
get that
was-
exact answer, because we do have like the Wetlands Protection Act and
Yeah.
the regulations and the bylaws, and that's kind of our lane that we stay in. Yes,
Yeah.
our domain, yeah.
So
Emily,
we
could you,
haven't,
sorry, Mike.
we haven't adjourned yet.
No.
So when to discuss something like this, it's not during the length, it's not during the course of the hearing. How much latitude do we have to do that? Or,
I mean, the meeting is still open, it's still public.
Yeah.
I would say for now, I think we should sit tight until I get some more feedback from council. And then, once I have some more information, then we can have that as part of the older new business.
Yeah, we
during
need the
review.
information.
Absolutely, yep.
okay.
Emily, could you dig up the minutes from when we approved, probably the piers on either side of that? Specifically, I'm interested in the long one. I think it's 40 Riverside.
Yep, absolutely.
I just want to see what our thought process was.
We'll look at the minutes.
Yeah.
Yep, I can send those over, no problem.
Okay,
All right.
good. Well, thank you all. So if someone make a motion, we can adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I second the
All
motion.
right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
Rain, how was your cross-country trek?
Great.
Yeah? How long did it take?
We took 5 days.